Hello YouTube viewers and random Whovians, today I will be reviewing this, which is the Dalek Patrol ship from the new toy line, and here it is in its box. At the top corner we get the new Doctor Who logo, while at the bottom Dalek Patrol ship with pilot is written, and it is a deluxe vehicle. The set includes an exclusive Dalek pilot figure, a nice big firing cannon, and pop-off armoured flight panels. The toy itself is displayed very well in the box, and the window is nice and big, and extends all the way to the top, allowing you to get a good look at it. On the sides we get an image of the toy in action, with the same information as before, while on the back we get the exact same thing yet again. Plus we get a screenshot from the Day of the Doctor as the Daleks attack Gallifrey. And below that a bit of blurb about the events of the episode. As always, pause the video if you want to read it. So that's it for the packaging. Let's open it up and take a look at the toy. Okay, so here we have the Dalek Patrol ship, and it looks very dynamic. The design overall is very reminiscent of a new series Dalek. At the top you can see this large dome which features detailing of lighter bronze panels and some rivets in the circular section. Moving down to the sides we get those black vents, while mounted to the front where a Dalek eye stalk would usually be, is a large exterminator gun, or cannon if you will. The design of this looks good. It's silver and features some nice details, including this black cable which extends from underneath the barrel up underneath the mount. Around the barrel as well we get these ridges which evoke the look of an exterminator gun. Below the dome you can make out these larger black sections which have a few ridges moulded into them, and attached underneath these are 3 armoured flight panels. They feature those gold Dalek balls, bumps, globes or whatever, and the panel includes lines connecting the bumps and some ridges around the edges. In the centre we get the Dalek housing. On both sides are silver pillars with detailing of black electronics and wiring, while this control panel is attached to the front via these silver tubes. It's very similar to the Dalek hoverboard which came with the Time Zone playset. Even the console is practically identical. Around the base you can see some smaller flight panels which contain 4 bumps and the ridges on the edges. More ridges are also present along the sides of the main body. Finally, underneath the bottom has some support studs lining its edge and a whole dollop of legal Yermuda in the centre. So overall for detail, this looks great. Turning to articulation, the dome can spin through the full 360 degree spin, and the gun can move up and down through 90 degrees. The larger flight panels can't be moved into any other position without falling off, but can be reattached upside down to give the set a different look, while the smaller ones can be fully rotated, allowing them to be turned 180 degrees and used as legs to prop the vehicle up. So in the end it features a decent amount of movement. When it comes to features, the patrol ship of course has its nasty big cannon. This is capable of firing a nasty big missile. As you can see it's coloured blue, although in the day and time of the Doctor their energy bolts are clearly green, but what can you do? This slots into the barrel where it clicks into place. It does stick out a little bit however, but that really doesn't bother me as it can be displayed to look as though the gun is in the process of firing. Speaking of which, to fire it, press this black button on the side. The missile is spring-loaded and it is fired with quite some force, so younger children should take care when playing with it. Secondly, the larger flight panels aren't attached too securely and fall off at the drop of a hat. This is both a blessing and a curse, as when kids are playing with it, the panels can be accidentally knocked off, but on the plus side the panels can be flicked off, which is a great way to simulate the ship taking damage in the Time War. It's kind of a pity that we didn't get a little 3 3/4 scale Gallifreyan warrior with this set, so kids could have had him firing his gun at the ship and knocking the panels off. Last up, the set comes with an exclusive 3 3/4 scale Dalek pilot figure. It looks exactly the same as the bronze Dalek which was released in Wave 1, and so it naturally contains the same level of detail. The paint apps are really interesting here as they include the darker bronze on the body and a lighter gold on the slats and hemisphere ball things, but the dome has been painted black along with some of the panels on the skirt. This gives the Dalek a really dynamic and unique look. As for articulation, that's what you've come to expect from these Dalek figures. The dome rotates through a full 360 degree spin, the eye stalk moves up and down, and the arm and gun are both on ball joints, while there are 2 wheels and a caster below. Removing the back panel of the patrol ship allows the Dalek to be set into the housing. Unfortunately it's not very secure though, as only 2 small slots and a large circle have been moulded into the floor to hold the Dalek's wheels and caster. While it does keep the Dalek in place when the ship is slightly tilted, when it's actually moved around the Dalek can easily fall out, which is very unfortunate. Doing a size comparison, you can see that the patrol ship is very large, being much bigger than the 5-inch scale Dalek, and towering over the smaller 3.75-inch figure. Comparing the Dalek to the other 3 3/4 scale figures, you can see that it fits in perfectly, and I really like the diversity of the Dalek figures released so far. So overall, what do I think of this toy? Well, while I really like it, as it contains a great amount of detail and features, I do have some small issues. My biggest problem is that the Dalek falls out of the ship far too easily, and just like the hoverbout, I really wish there was some form of a clip included to securely attach the figure. Secondly, the ship looks nothing like the one seen in the day and time of the Doctor. In the show they're much larger, the flight panels are much bigger, elongated and rounded, and I've heard that they hold 3 Daleks as opposed to just one. In fact, this looks only vaguely like those ships. But maybe it's not meant to. Maybe this is just a toy that's based off those designs. Maybe this is a smaller version of the ship seen in the episodes which fought in the Time War but just weren't shown. Either way, it's still a fun toy and I definitely recommend it for kids to play with. As for adult collectors, yeah, I'd say go for it. It's certainly a very interesting looking piece of merchandise which would look really well up on display. And so that does it for this review. Thank you very much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed it. If you did, remember to stay subscribed for more videos and keep up to date with all my latest news and reviews by liking my Facebook page and following me on Twitter. Thanks again for watching, and remember to keep following the nerd. Goodbye.